Hi, everybody. Miss Westfall coming at you. So I wanted to quickly go over photosynthesis and cellular respiration so that I can maybe clarify a few things for you. So we know that from our reading yesterday, we heard the two words reactants and products. I want you to think of reactants as anything on this side of a chemical equation. Think of them like the ingredients that are going to undergo a reaction and lead to a product. So, with photosynthesis, plants, they make their own energy using the reactants or ingredients on this side. So they use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. They undergo a chemical reaction, and their products or the output of that equation is glucose, which is sugar, and the waste product is oxygen. And we know that we rely heavily on that waste product, oxygen, because it drives our process called cellular respiration. So there's also some equations here that show the photosynthesis reaction in terms of the chemical equation. So it's actually 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. That's one of the ingredients. 6 molecules of water, and of course, that solar energy helps undergo the photosynthesis reaction, which creates that molecule of glucose. You're seeing that C6H12O6, and the waste product, which is 6 molecules of oxygen, which we use to breathe. All right, so now let's talk about the opposite reaction, which is cellular respiration. So plants and organisms like animals, from human beings all the way down to bacteria, they use cellular respiration to get energy out of the food that they eat. So if you remember, one of those products of photosynthesis was that molecule of glucose. Now, in the food that we eat, our food is full of glucose. There are some foods that are like 100% glucose. Those are our carbohydrates. So I want you to think fruits, vegetables, anything that is mainly sugar. So like pasta, bread, a donut. That is your glucose. We eat that glucose. So let's have our example be a carrot. A carrot is all glucose. So human being eats a carrot that's full of glucose, and at the same time we're using oxygen molecules that we're breathing in. And if you remember, wasn't oxygen the waste product of photosynthesis? Yep, we breathe in that waste product. We need it. Then it also undergoes a chemical reaction. We see those arrows indicating a chemical reaction. We then end up with this as our products. We have 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, which we exhale as a waste product, get it out of our body. Water molecules, which again, if you were to cover your hand over your mouth and breathe out, you can feel the gas that's coming out, the carbon dioxide, but you can also feel moistness in your hand. That's because you're exhaling the waste product, the water. And you get what we're looking for, usable energy. So I eat food and I end up with these two waste products, carbon dioxide and water, but I get this amazing molecule called ATP. And ATP is basically like fuel for your cells. So just like you put gasoline in your gas tank to move the car, you got to put ATP in your cells to fuel all the things that your cells need to do. So I'm going to pause us here really quick. So if we look at this diagram here, essentially photosynthesis, which takes place in the chloroplast of the cell of a plant, and cellular respiration, which takes place in the mitochondria of plant cells and animal cells, they are the opposite inputs and outputs. So the waste product of cellular respiration is the inputs or ingredients for photosynthesis, and the waste products of photosynthesis is what we need to make cellular respiration take place. So we're going to break this down a little bit more, but thank you so much.